honestly pretty good. Happy New Year! Happy freaking New Year. Wait. No, oh God. No, this isn't the song I was trying to play.
Haven't you heard I'm the internet girl?
I'm getting out of here. Let me stop. Anyways, hey guys, it's John. Welcome back to my channel. Welcome to the damn new year. Thank God. 2025 just wasn't the vibe. If I'm being so honest, low-key had a rough-ish kind of year. I thought I'd talk about things that I've learned from 2025 that I'm very much carrying with me to 2026. Before we continue on to 2026, let's do a year review of 2025. So January, I went to LA in the beginning of January, and that was when the fires were happening. Like, I literally landed and I saw LA on fire. When I was on like the airport, they're like, yeah, so like it's spreading everywhere. Checked my hotel. I was in between both major fires in the Hollywood Hills and the Palisades. So I was like, what am I supposed to do? Like, I already rented a car. I already got my hotel. I called everything. I was like, can I get a refund on this? And they were like, no. And I was like, oh, lovely. Couldn't get a change in flight. So I was basically stuck in LA during the fire, but I found my way out of it. They low-key very graciously reimbursed me for everything except for the flight. So American Airlines, please suck it, because not only did you not reimburse me for the flight, you also, second time I moved to LA, broke my luggage and did not let me file a dispute or claim. So you suck. February, nothing really interesting happened. Didn't have a boyfriend for Valentine's Day, so like whatever. March, I turned 22. That's when the roaches started infesting my apartment. Low-key, I can deal with a bug every now and again, but the thing with roaches is that they make you depressed. Like, everyone's like, roaches make you depressed because every time you walk into your apartment, you're on constant lookout for a roach. Didn't want to have anyone over, and I never had anyone over to begin with. And it was my birth month. Like, I thought everything I did was attracting roaches. I got myself a bouquet of flowers for my birthday, and I was like, this is what's attracting the roaches. I put up balloons that says 22 for my birthday. I thought those were attracting the roaches. So when I had my cousins over for my birthday celebration, I was scared that roaches were gonna enter them. And lo and behold, my cousin went back to Boston and goes, I got a souvenir from New York. I was like, oh, I don't remember like going to a souvenir shop, and it was a roach. So that was great. That was actually so great. April, nothing crazy was happening in April. I was low-key just prepping for finals and for my thesis that I had to present because I was in the honors college. May, I graduated and then fell into a whole crisis because I did not have a job lined up for myself once school ended, and most people I knew had jobs lined up for themselves, or they were still living in New York. I was literally dipping, which I was excited about, but also now that I'm in it, like, well, now that I'm not living in New York, I miss it quite literally every single day. Maybe 4 times a week. 4 out of the 7 days of the week, I miss it. June, I was moving out. I was getting ready to move out of New York, and I was just starting to get into the gist of content creation outside of school because I didn't have to focus on school anymore. And it was so weird for me because school was something that I guess my personality was deep rooted in because I had control over it. That's one big thing that I've learned in 2025 is that like you can't really control anything, but like the things you can control, you like to control it. And I love to control my schedule. I love to control what stuff I was doing, and it felt good to know that I was working towards something. But in June, I didn't have a job still, and I was just kind of all over the place. Except the thing is that I had an interview to work for a very large fitness brand, household name fitness brand at this point, to work for them in social media marketing. And I went through all the rounds of the interview, gave them a presentation for them to say no, which sucked because I kind of had all my eggs in that basket while I was still applying for other places. A lot of the places that I was applying to already wanted you to have 4 years of experience, and I have a lot of experience in social media having done it for so long, and they like just didn't care. And I was okay, like now I don't know what to do. July, I went to Mexico with my family. August, I started getting depressed. I don't know why. People are like, seasonal depression, it always happens in the winter. For me, sometimes it happens in the summer. Like, I found in the past few years, I would get depressed in the summer, and I'm not talking about like, oh, I'm just sad. Like, I am not who I am. Shell of a human being. Like, if you know who I am, I'm a very bubbly person. I quite literally never shut the f up, and I can't stay still. But once August hit, I wasn't making any money because I didn't have a job. I've been applying to places every single day. Like, I'm telling you, like 10 in the morning, 10 at night, researching throughout the day of places that I want to apply to in between. I just kept hearing rejection after rejection. Like, every single day I woke up and checked my email. Rejection, 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 rejection. And it just got a lot. And I don't really fear rejection. I've been rejected enough where it's like, okay, I've gotten used to it and I don't really feel it anymore. Like, if someone rejects me, I'm like, okay, like on to the next. Like, it's not that big of a deal. But so many back to back and having to work so hard just to get recognized in such a trash job market has been such a emotional emotionally taxing thing that I had to deal with this year. So August, I really felt the full effects of it because most, if not all of my friends were also in the same position, but at that point they already signed with the company. So it made me feel even worse. And yes, I shouldn't compare myself to other people's successes or other people's things because some of them weren't as happy in their job, but they had a job. And I had student loans looming over me. My first payment was coming up at that point and I was like, I can't pay for it. So that was great. September hit. That's when like my depression kind of was like full throttle. September, I also feel a lot of pressure to feel good because a lot of my close friends' birthdays and my family's birthdays are in September. And there's just a lot going on in September for my family. So I was like, okay, like I have to be high spirited for it, but I just wasn't. When I get in these funks, I just can't talk. Like, I don't know, it's different for everyone. Mental health is different for everyone, but when I get in these funks, I just want to sit and stare, and that's usually what I do. But again, in September, it's like every single week I would have something to do, whether it's a birthday or it's a family thing, and I couldn't bring myself to do it. I remember my sister was like, Dad and Mom were asking if you're okay. That was probably one of the harder months. It got a little bit harder in October because at that point everyone was back at school. I did find a job at the end of September into October that I ended up working for like maybe like a month, but it was good because I needed some cash to pay off my loans and also to fund moving to LA. The hope of moving to LA kind of kept me going through October, and I started to feel like more myself after. Once November hit, I was like, yes, LA, and then I got depressed in LA. Shell of a human being. I was not myself at all. Realized that LA was not for me. Came back to Philly mid-December, and December was fine. Things also didn't work out back to back to back in December, and then to end 2025, I got sick on New Year's Eve. I think I had the super flu, which is just absolutely dandy. For the first 2 days of 2026, I was bedridden. Couldn't move. My body hurt so much. And I thought I was just out of shape. I was like, damn, I haven't been to the gym. I must be really out of shape. No, I just had the super flu. With that being said, on my 2025 year review, there were a bunch of cool things that did happen. I am grateful for all the good things that did happen. I got a lot of PR, which was great. I got some paid opportunities, which was really awesome because I've always been wanting to do social media seriously my whole entire life. I was on a New York City billboard, like the street billboards, which was really, really cool. I hit 14K on Instagram, which is really cool. Also, they said that 2025 was the year of the snake, which means a lot of shedding, a lot of rebirth, a lot of letting go of past things. And I 100% did some rebirth and shedding because it was a hard year, but I learned a lot of things about myself, especially from the months of September to now. September to December, the Burr months, I learned a lot about myself. The big lessons that I learned was I do love my alone time. I love doing things on my own and I love being by myself. But at the end of the day, I've learned that what's all the accomplishments that you get at the end of the day if you can't share it with people that you love. So I've realized that I do want to put more time and energy into being with friends and family because for the longest time, I just didn't do that. Only focused on myself, which is great and all, but it does get extremely isolating and lonely. Now I'm at a point where I love my friends, I love my family, and I'm excited to make new friends and new memories with my same friends and new memories with my new friends that are to come. I just want to experience life with other people because that's what you're meant to really do. Humans are built for connection, and I never felt that more so in my life than in 2025. I have put time into my close friendships, but I want to put time and energy into my not as close friendships and also nurture that as well because I can't expect them to go anywhere if I'm not putting any effort into it. The biggest lesson I'd say that I've gotten out of 2025 that has been on my mind the whole entire time was to slow down. I am a person that's programmed to have to do something every single second or I will feel anxious. I tell my mom this all the time and I've told my friends this all the time. I go to the gym so frequently because when I take a day off, my body physically starts to shake. I'm so used to controlling the aspect of my life where I'm constantly moving and constantly doing something and working towards something. So after graduation and not having something really to work towards and then not getting a job, I just kind of felt all over the place and I kept on trying to work towards 50 million different things at once. Now I've just been like, you know what? We gotta slow down, take things presently because I'm a very future-oriented person and when my future did not turn out the way that I had planned for so many years. First of all, I didn't think I'd make it this far. But second of all, I did not know that my future would not be exactly the way that I planned it out. Now I kind of have to work with what I got. So yeah, my big lesson is to slow down because I found myself just running myself into the ground. It was a constant state of being super motivated to do things and then getting burnt out. Doing it again and again and again. So it's like I kept on experiencing burnout very, very frequently because I was forcing myself to do so much much, but also not accomplishing anything at the same time because I was literally running in circles. There were little things I accomplished, sure, but I was exhausted at the end of each period, if you will. That's one of the big lessons I've learned. Second one was all about control. Boy, if you know me, my friends know this about me. Control is a big thing for me. I am a control freak. It's what I needed to feel grounded. You can't control what people say, do, or think. That's all I gotta say. Especially with what I do now. I do social media. I can't control people's perceptions of me at all. And I used to not care. And one of the things that I was writing about in my journal once was that I wish I had the confidence that I had when I was 17. I thought for the longest time I've developed more confidence now that I'm 22. But I honestly was more confident when I was 17. I did not care what people said about me, even though I did at the same time. But like when it's people straight to my face, I was like, okay, like I did care about what they said to me. But now I don't care what people say about me to my face. So it's kind of like it switched. Now when I'm posting online, I get so scared. And I do think that this is a problem with the culture that we have online now, is that anything you say is up for grabs to be interpreted. And also anything you say could also be used against you. So it makes you not want to say literally anything. That was a problem for me because my whole thing and the whole reason why I gained attention on social media to begin with was because I literally said anything. The first video of mine that blew up was me dressing up as an iCarly character. Now, anything that I do felt like I was digging my own grave. It was hard to post online and keep up with what I wanted to do and what I loved to do when I thought that it was going to be my downfall every single time I clicked post or every single time I clicked record. I just learned that, you know what? I know that I'm not saying anything or I'm not doing anything out of malicious intent. I'm educated enough to not do the wrong things. But if I do slip up, someone's going to tell me and I'm gonna learn from that. You know what I mean? I think I became a little bit more fragile because I was so anxious every day. Because sometimes people would just say things, and again, this is the internet, so I get it, like you signed up for putting yourself out there, but also I did not sign up to be ripped apart by people that I don't even know in the most rude ways possible. Like, I deal with acne. A lot of people started talking about my skin, and I'm not even saying a lot of people. I'm saying like 2 or 3 people out of the, like, and this sounds so pretentious, but 2 out of the 3,000 people that comment on my stuff, they would comment on my skin, but that one bad comment would be all of it for me. When people comment on my skin or my sexuality, what else do you have to do? I've realized, I'm like, you know what? They're probably, first of all, like 2 years old. Like on YouTube Shorts, I posted a video and they're like, so zesty, so zesty. I don't feel anything for that because I'm like, first of all, no one past the age of 14 uses that word. If a 22-year-old used the word zesty to me as an insult, I'd start laughing. You sound like you watch Cocomelon. So there's that. You're just commenting behind a screen. People have so much confidence commenting behind a screen. The mindset that I'm adopting is a 365 buttons girl. It only has to make sense to me and I'm not gonna explain myself. I've also been bullied IRL, like in person, for years. So it's like, what is a comment online? What's a comment online when I literally dealt with people harassing me in a locker room and in the bathroom my whole entire life? What is one comment online? So John, if you're ever feeling like, oh my god, what's happening? Rewatch this video. So yeah, controlling what people say, do, think, you can't at all. Those were really my big takeaways from 2025. It was a year full of growth. So when they said the snake was shedding its skin, they definitely meant it. If you guys also went through a difficult 2025, all I gotta say is that this year, make it count. Make all of the stuff that you've dealt with in 2025 count. Because I'm a firm believer in, yes, everything does 100% happen for a reason, but sometimes we don't deserve the format in which it happened. I did not deserve the loneliness that I felt. I did not deserve the depression that I went through. I didn't deserve the anxiety that I experienced for all of these lessons to happen. Yes, they happened and it taught me so much, but the way it happened, I didn't deserve to go through. That's your gentle reminder. We learned, but we didn't deserve everything we went through. There were so many ways we could have learned those lessons, but that was the way the life path for us was made. But make it all count. Take everything that you've learned from 2025 and apply it to 2026. I think that's the whole game of life, is everything that happened is gonna just be something that happened unless you use it. I'm excited for what this year has in store. Everyone's like, it's 2016, blah, blah, blah. Yes, let's have good vibes like 2016, but it's 2026. It's a whole new year. Let's make it 2026. Really, really excited for what this year has in store for us, for me, for the people around me, for the world. I really am manifesting good vibes this year for you watching, for myself, for the world. Thank you, La Roche. We're from the same place. We're from the world. I hope you guys have the most amazing 2026. Don't feel guilty. Oh, that's another big thing that I learned. Not to feel guilty for taking rest, because having to do something 24/7, it's okay to just sit down and not do anything. It's okay to have a fucking donut. I felt so guilty for having a donut donut. It's like, you can have a donut. So I had 2 yesterday. Make sure to give yourself the proper rest that you deserve. Make sure to give yourself the grace that you deserve. We all went through a whole year, whether it was good or bad. It was still a full year, so reflect. Take time and be like, you know what? I went through that and I got through that. So great. Proud of you. Proud of us. Proud of me. I know I was a little bit of a serious video, but I wanted to start off the new year shedding the old year. New videos are to come. I made a broadcast on Instagram. I'm gonna be posting a lot on there of what you guys want to see. Follow my Instagram because a lot of them are going to be posted on Instagram. The long form stuff will be posted on YouTube, of course, but the other things will be posted on Instagram. Make sure to give that a follow. We have some new faces on here. Also, everyone that came from the video of me from when I was blonde, I was gay before and after and still am. Just thought I cleared up the air. Make sure to follow all my socials and keep up with me there. Again, join my broadcast if you want to get like live updates because I also just like chat on there with you guys. Sometimes I ask you guys to react a certain way if this is your reaction to it. Let's go 2026. I'm excited for us. Love you guys. Peace and love. Have the best beginning of the year ever. And I will see you guys in the next video. Bye!